Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a wise and just king named Zarwa. He had 7 queens, and from each queen, he had one daughter. These 7 daughters were so beautiful and intelligent that people called them the 7 stars. The king deeply loved his daughters, but he was often so busy with the affairs of the kingdom that he couldn't spend much time with them. Each daughter had a unique personality and special gift. Noorpari, the eldest, wise and calm by nature. Chandbibi, kind-hearted and always helping others. Gulnaz, cheerful and always smiling. Ruhi, a sweet-voiced singer with melodious soul. Sundari Mehak, the most graceful and beautiful. Abru, clever and sharp, always finding solutions. Nagma, the youngest and dearest, but a little stubborn. One day, the king decided he must do something truly special for his daughters. He ordered the creation of a royal garden, where each daughter had her own palace and a unique section of flowers. In every palace, there was a magical mirror, one that showed not just the outer beauty, but the inner self too. Everything was going well. But one night, something strange happened. An old enemy, an evil mermaid sorceress, who was once a fairy from a rival kingdom, sneaked in under the cover of darkness and poisoned the mirrors. Now, whenever a daughter looked into her mirror, her confidence shattered. She began to see herself as worthless, weak, and undeserving. One by one, the daughters grew sad. Noorpari stopped reading, Gulnaz stopped smiling, and Ruhi stopped singing. The king was bewildered by this sudden sadness in his daughters. Then the youngest, Nagma, bravely stepped forward and said, "Dear father, we believe someone has cast a spell on us. Ever since we looked into those mirrors, everything has changed." The king immediately summoned the royal sage. The sage said, "This is surely the work of the mermaid sorceress. You must send someone pure of heart to break the spell on the mirrors." The king chose his youngest daughter, Nagma, because her heart held the most love and truth. Nagma took her mother's blessing, lifted a shining sword, and set off toward the dark cave where the mermaid sorceress lived. On the way, she was helped by 3 fairies. The fairy of light gave her a glowing lamp. The star fairy gave her a charm of protection. The fairy of truth gave her a magical leaf. Whoever looked at it while lying would become weak. Nagma reached the cave and faced the sorceress. The mermaid sorceress laughed and said, "What can you do against my magic?" Nagma stood firm and declared, "I am the mirror of truth, and I will show you your own reflection." She held up the magical leaf. The sorceress's true form was revealed, sorrowful, lonely soul who had never been loved. Tears streamed from her eyes. Nagma said gently, "If you wish, we can forgive you. You, too, can live among us." The sorceress broke down in tears and asked for forgiveness. She reversed the spell on the mirrors. When Nagma returned, the spell was gone. The daughters laughed, sang, studied, and came back to life. The king declared, "Though Nagma is the youngest, her heart is the greatest. From this day forth, she shall be my heir." And the mermaid sorceress was made the guardian of the kingdom's seas, watching over the night. The 7 stars shone once more, and no shadow ever fell over that kingdom again.